we go. The closing bell ringing in 4 minutes. All the major averages are higher, fueled by big tech and energy. And it looks like the Dow, S&P, and NASDAQ are on their way to snapping a 2-day losing streak. Even with all of these headlines, it was just a week and a day ago that China's DeepSeek had America's markets in a deep state of total mayhem, certainly on the idea that this Chinese hedge fund, which had developed an AI product at a fraction of the cost that ChatGPT and Perplexity had cost, was actually doing pretty well. Well, the ensuing panic wiped out 3.1% of the NASDAQ and cost chip giant NVIDIA $589 billion in a single day. NVIDIA fell to about $113. It's gotten back so much of that, by the way. It is now at $118. But I spoke to Andro founder Palmer Luckey, who's big in the tech world, the next day. And here's what he told me on the Claman countdown in reaction to what China really wants.
With DeepSeek specifically, I don't really buy into a lot of it. You get a lot of media right now about how they spent just $5 million to train this model that is competitive or beating a lot of U.S. options. First of all, isn't true. They're not covering a lot of the costs. There's a reason they put out the news that way. And if the stock market is any indication, it's accomplishing exactly what they hope to.
Yeah, because that day the market sold off. But here we go. AI adjacent stocks this week have gone really, really strong here, particularly Palantir, which today is getting a huge bump. Fortinet is moving higher by about 1.8%, and Verizon up 1%. Our countdown closer says those are the ones you should look at, AI adjacent stocks. CapWealth Chief Investment Officer Tim Pagliara is joining us now. Tim, what's your definition of AI adjacent?
Well, Palantir, we made the case for Palantir on Maria's program in April of 23, and we put NVIDIA up against it. And the big data applications of AI are going to continue to have a much, much longer runway, be immune to pricing changes and competition. Fortinet is another example of that because they have the most patent protection of any of the cybersecurity companies, and the AI applications that they will embed into their software will do it as well. So you've got two of the biggest applications with longer runways. Their customers will continue to expand the use of that software. They're just getting started, and I think that's reflected in the amazing numbers, of course, that came out of Palantir today. I mean, it's just incredible what Alex Karp has been able to do.
Indeed, and he's been here for several years, and we've given him that forum because they have appeared to be the smartest and best in class, even when they were not profitable. They are profitable now. That said, you know, are you saying that NVIDIA is a solid AI company versus AI adjacent and a little too dangerous to own?
Well, it's solid, but there's always, the chips eventually become commoditized, and they are subject to competition. DeepSeek, I agree with your prior commentator, you know, that's a lot of hype right now. But in the long run, again, companies like Palantir, companies like Fortinet, even companies like Verizon that are going to be part of upgrading the networks and the connectivity between data centers, that's where the most sustainable returns are going to be for investors, and that's how we have placed our, our clients.
Tim, great to have you on.